We are doing the Numerology and Astrology. This one is for February 19th, 2022. My name is Suzanne Wagner. I'm a professional psychic. Thank you for joining me. We also have a lot of things on my website, which is suzannewagner.com. Let's do the numerology today. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 18. And if you add the 1 and the 8 together, you get the completion and intuition number 9. The number 9 begs us to look at what the word completion really means. Completion is not about having a type of finish that we expect, want, or deserve. It is about looking at those things that are the holiest of holies. The number 3, combined 3 times, is called the holiest of holies, a sacred number in almost all traditions. The number 9 represents the 9 forms of art and the graces in Greek and Roman tradition: poetry, history, tragedy, music, love, dancing, astronomy, comedy, and eloquence. These were considered great gifts in ancient times that were to be honored and respected. We have witnessed the terrible toll that has been created when certain individuals mastermind and cheated in order to win. They have broken the hearts and souls of those artists that have put their life and heart into achieving many impossible goals. Such people should be ashamed. It is a great dishonor, the terrible things that powerful people do to the young and vulnerable, and I hope for terrible karmic consequence to come to such souls that cause such devastating harm. The young must be protected. That is essential for the healthy continuation of life on this planet. Art and sports in all forms should be sacred. It should be held in the highest regard because it can inspire and uplift those in desperate need for hope. It saddens me tremendously that certain talented people have been treated with such blatant disregard. It is a scar on the souls of mankind that will not ever go away. Perhaps it should never go away. It may be the only way to make the drastic changes that are necessary. When humanity finally has had enough broken hearts and souls, maybe then we will finally grow up and become responsible in ways that protect others rather than our egos. The astrology for today. Okay. It is a day of waiting and considering the many consequences that are coming starting tomorrow. The U.S. chart begins a Pluto return on the 20th, but the full force will come in on the 22nd of the month. I pray for calm minds and those that have the power and the voice to handle what is arising. I hope it is not Russia invading Ukraine. Today is a pause before a storm. While Pluto is about death and rebirth, it is also about power struggles and looking at those things that are the source of our power and our pain. A spiritual shadow is preparing to blanket itself around many aspects in our external world. Pluto is a shroud that hides a mystery. It kills off the old and no longer necessary or relevant and gives birth out of the ashes to our metamorphic shifts that are forcing us to look at the less than noble parts within. Many things are going to get aired out, and grievances are going to be loud, long, and massive, can cause massive reflection. Expect radical injustices to be heated to a melting point and then explode. Not all change is bad, nor is any change insignificant. This change is going to be massive. After all, we have entered into the Aquarian age, a progressive powerhouse all in its own that intends radical social change. Get ready, America. Pluto is going to reveal something and unravel many things. This transit is going to last over a decade, almost to 2 decades, and it will turn over all things stuck and overdue for a deep shift. A social unrest is going to cause a reckoning of sorts. Inequity is not going to be tolerated, and that alone will shake up many things. The fight for green energy is going to cause a collective shakeup to wake us up. While Pluto will stay in Capricorn for over a decade and almost to the next one, it will officially come off the U.S. chart on November 19th, 2024. Many of our systems will undergo radical shifts till then. So, here we are, the day before it all begins. And we can see many things are hitting, potentially. Russia and the US are clearly at odds. The Olympics are a fiasco for many reasons, doping just being one of them. The Middle East is ready to explode, but that has been the temperament of that area for 4,000 years. We might have to wait and see how that unfolds. Weather patterns are going to continue to cause massive global shifts of people, as many will be leaving certain areas under threat. The moon today is trying to do a tightrope act in Libra. But how can anyone balance out such intense astrological patterns? We may want smooth, but that is not what we are about to get. Regardless, do your best to be fair, just, noble, and generous. Speak kindly and work towards harmony. Listen, breathe, focus on others, be polite, and willing to compromise. Our relationships are here for a bigger purpose, and we are going to need each other. Think things through before you act. Rash decisions are not going to work out in the end. My quote for today: we are in the fight of our lives. We must forgive and love even the despised. Without peace, this world can and will collapse. Without kindness, no one ever learns to give a crap. And my blog for today: we are in a fight for the soul of mankind. Never think this is not a war that will impact all time. The callousness that is shown to the young is no different than pointing at them with a gun. Oh, right. Our world seems to think only about rights. When terrible people set their sights on those that are vulnerable and cannot fight back, they damage so much and exist like a maniac. It is about time that the damage they cause is seen by the world with horror, not applause. I have lived and watched throughout time. I have warned and tried to point to the sublime, but over and over again, I watch mankind choose those things that they know will cause a bruise. I believe that hate turns heart to stone. I believe that too many make excuses and condone terrible things that tear the beauty of life apart, forcing us once again to regress and restart. I know that this is the journey that allows some to grow, but I wish for a world with more beauty and gusto. We tear apart hope with so much fear and hate. We cannot get home if we keep opening that gate. Thanks, everyone.